How's it going, guys? Andrew here with Justified EDC, and I am back. Contrary to popular belief, I am not dead, nor is the channel, which is one thing I just wanted to say right off the bat. Thank you guys so much for keeping the channel alive and growing while I've been away. We're up to like 2,300 subscribers, I think, now, so like 300 subs since like the last time I posted, which is super cool. Views have still been up. You guys have still been watching, which is really awesome. We're going to get into everything here real quick. I'm going to do an EDC update for you guys, kind of give you an update of what I've been carrying, what I've been using to test, and what some things that are coming up for review soon. But just to give you guys a little bit of an update, I apologize for my absence. I had started a new job, and then I had some medical issues come up, and just a lot going on in my life that the channel kind of took a little bit of a back burner spot in my life. So I had a lot going on, but thank you guys so much for continuing to watch the content that I have out already and to continue to engage with me on Instagram and stuff like that. As I always say, the best way to keep up with my testing, my review process and everything like that is to follow me on Instagram. So I'll leave a link to that down in the description. And before we get into anything else, I have to thank the sponsor of the channel, Auxiliary Manufacturing. Mike has been a super awesome sponsor of the channel, sending knives over for me to review, shouting out videos, buying me gear for the channel, like my camera setup here and everything. He makes really awesome custom USA made fixed blades like this pocket Bowie or this Sumi, or little one-off guys like this cool little guy right here. But he's got a bunch of different cool models. You should definitely go check them out if you're interested in USA made custom fixed blades. There's designs out there for everyone. I think you'll find something that you're interested in. So Mike, thank you for sponsoring the channel. Thank you that sorry that it's been a little bit since we've posted, but let's hop right into this. So I honestly don't even remember exactly what I was carrying last time I did one of these. I think the last time I did an EDC update was for my 2,000 sub thank you video. So hopefully you guys got in on that giveaway. Mike had made a fixed blade for me to give away, and then Josh from Offensive Industries made a sheath for it. We gave away a bunch of stickers and patches and stuff along with the knife and the sheath. That happened over on my Instagram, so hopefully you guys got in on that. Thank you so much for participating. It got a bunch of more revenue and attention to the channel, so thank you to Josh and Mike for sending stuff over, and hopefully you guys didn't miss out on that giveaway. But let's kind of get into my EDC. We'll go over the boring stuff that we always go into, and we're going to kind of divide this up into some categories here. So we have what I carry on my person every day, and then I also have a section of stuff that I carry kind of supplementary. Depending on the season, it'll either be in my coat or in a bag, like a fanny pack or something like that, that I keep with me in my vehicle. So again, I kind of have to make the disclaimer, since it's been a little while, we have some new people on the channel. Not everything you see is something that I carry on me all at once. I'm going to show a bunch of different knives, a couple different guns, a couple different tools and stuff like that. They'll rotate in and out. A lot of times I carry more stuff than I technically need because I'm testing for stuff for review. So again, be smart. Don't come at me in the comments about, oh, you carry too much stuff. It's for review. That's what I got to do. So let's get into stuff here. So the boring stuff, I don't think this has changed since the last EDC update. I had moved away from that Travax link, that like long leather lanyard with the clip. I just wanted something shorter that wasn't hanging down as much. So I just have this generic Leatherman Carabiner on here to clip my keys to my pants. Car keys. This is a Resqme tool. It's just a glass breaker and a strap cutter, just an escape tool to get out of a vehicle accident. Keys, order the black shamrock tag, and then my little charger here that lets you charge all your different devices, because I usually have a battery pack nearby. I have some battery packs in my car, stuff like that. So keys, boring, not a whole lot has changed there. What else has not changed? My flashlight of choice. This has not changed. I was carrying the Streamlight Wedge XT for review for a little bit, but I like my Surefire Stiletto Pro better. I've been carrying this for years now. It's seen a ton of use and abuse, and it's just a great light. You got your side switch options here. You got your tail switch that goes right to high. It's just Nice and slim. It does everything that I need it to do. They did just come out with a Surefire Stiletto Pro 2 that has a higher output, higher candela, has dual lenses and stuff, so that's pretty cool. I'll probably try to pick one of those up eventually, but for now, this is the light. This is the one light to rule them all, and it's been what I've been carrying for a long time now. My wallet also has not changed. This is the Rustic Heirloom Hitchhiker. It's just a very simple wallet here. You have a snap here, then you have a spot for cards, and then in the back you have a spot for cash and other stuff like that. I got my range card, stuff like that. I just got this little twisted T bead on here that I've had for forever. So wallet has not changed, and I can't see it changing anytime soon. I really like this. It's nice and slim, but it still carries all the shit that I want. I think I was carrying this in my last EDC update as well. This has been pretty much on me every day since I got it. I'm going to do a review on this very soon. This is the FLC Knives Pry Bar. I believe it's an 01. It's just a solid slab of steel. It's beveled on both sides. Has a little bit of a jute wrap up here. I added this little leather lanyard here just so it's easy to get in and out of the pocket. Sheath is really well designed. It's nice and slim. It's got solid retention, and I've been really enjoying carrying like an actual pry bar. It just saves the tips of your knives and lets you dig around and stuff a little bit more without worrying about breaking your knives. Highly recommend these. They're about $100, and they're all handmade, I believe, up in Canada. So definitely a cool thing. Got the discreet carry concepts clip on there. Nice and slim. Doesn't take up too much room in the pocket. Really been enjoying that. That's going to get a review soon as well. Now, something that has changed is this. So this is kind of my tool pouch, and this is going to kind of go over a bunch of different tools here. So let me get everything out of here that I carry in this pouch, and then we can kind of go over everything and kind of why my mindset has changed on how I'm carrying some of these tools. So if you remember, I was using this Epic handmade leather slip for my Knipex and my Leatherman. I'm not going to put in there because I don't have a lanyard on there right now. It's harder to get out without a lanyard. But I've been carrying these two tools in here for a while, just in my back pocket. But I got this pouch here from Citizen E Industries, who is Citizen E over on Instagram. Again, I'll leave links to all this stuff in the description so you can go check it out for yourself. But I had done a pre-order from some gear from her a while back, a couple different little pouches, like this little guy here and some other stuff. Order got lost. There was a mix-up, and so she sent me this in addition for me to check out one of her pouches here. So you got a slot here that you can put whatever. I can even fit my my pry bar down in there, actually. Pen slot, whatever. Then you have a zipper pocket, just open on the inside. You can put whatever you want in there. It has these two elastic loops on either side. You could either put like a lighter, a pen, or something in there, or you can use it to lash it to something else like a bag. And then on the back, you just have this Velcro spot here. You can put whatever patches you want on here. I happen to have one of Mike's patches on here. And I carry this in my back pocket. So this is a rubberized patch. And that actually kind of helps this from like sliding out of my pocket. Kind of holds against my jeans and keeps it from sliding out of my back pocket. So the things that I have in there, I wanted something that kind of organized a lot of this gear here all into one spot so it wasn't spread out everywhere. Like I had like the Sharpie in my bag. I had this pen usually in like one of my breast pockets. Then I had stuff like this in a separate organizer, like in my coat. So I wanted everything all in one spot in a nice compact package here. So the things I got in here are my 5-inch Knipex Cobras. Absolutely excellent pliers. I know they're really popular right now, especially the even smaller models than this without the rubberized grips. Not everyone needs these, but I find them pretty handy. And I like them a lot better than just like the needle nose pliers you find on a lot of multi-tools. Leatherman Free T2. It does have a knife here. As you can see, the edge has really been beat up and resharpened and stuff like that. This is just kind of my beater that if I know I'm going to be cutting into something as like nails or staples or something, I can do that so I can beat the edge up. But mostly I carry this for these tools here. So you got a flat head, a Phillips head, and an awl. All things that I use semi-frequently. It's easy to access one hand, change tools out, and they all lock, which is something that I really like in a multi-tool. I don't like drivers that don't lock, so this is a great little, it's mostly just used for the drivers, and the awl comes in handy sometimes as well. Other than that, my Tactile Turn Bolt Action Mini. This one happens to be in titanium and has like an aftermarket glass blasting on it. Great little pen. Takes the Pilot G2 Mini refills. Use that all the time. A Sharpie is something I don't always use on a daily basis, sometimes at work. But it's nice to have, and I just have this like metal case on it. Just makes it a little bit more durable. Keeps me from breaking the pocket clips off, so this one has like a metal pocket clip. So it fit in there with my pen, so I figured, what the hell, I'll throw it in there. And then some other just little stuff. I used to have this other slip here, also from Epic Handmade Leather, that I had like a full-size Bic, and then I had this little Swiss Army knife, and either like my pipe tool or like a little medicine tab canister or something like that in here. This would ride in one of my coat pockets or in a fanny pack or something like that. But all that stuff now fits in this pouch as well. So switch to a mini Bic just for some more space. Victorinox Classic I mostly just keep for the toothpick and the tweezers. Occasionally the scissors get used, but it takes up almost no weight or space, so it goes in there. And then just a little, I think this is from CountyCom originally. It's just a little medicine capsule that I keep some of my medication in. So that all fits in here. I keep my Sharpie and my pen here on the outside. Got my Knipex here on the inside. Leatherman. And then these kind of just fit here in the remaining spaces. And it all zips up in a nice little compact package like that. And then I just throw it in my back pocket. So pens here on the outside is easy enough for me to reach back and find that clip and just pull it out and do that. But then all my tools are contained inside. It's just it's a really nice little package. I really like the design of this pouch, so definitely go check out Citizen E. So those are kind of like my standard stuff that's with me every single day. That stuff doesn't really change a whole lot. And then the things that do rotate a lot are getting into my knives and my guns. So we'll start with folders here first. So I got a couple folders here that I've been carrying a lot recently. Some of these will get reviews, some of them I'm not sure yet. These two probably especially will. I'm not sure about these. So the one I've had the longest probably is this. So this is the Spyderco Endela. It's kind of the mid-size between the Spyderco Delica and the Spyderco Endura. Lockback FRN scales, and this one happens to be in K390, which is a very high edge retention steel. As you can see, it's not stainless, so it takes a patina, but really been enjoying this. Actually not as hard to sharpen as I originally thought it would be. I was able to sharpen it on my Sharp Maker, and this thing just cuts forever. I was carrying this at work for a while and using it every day, and it really just never goes dull on me. So really excellent cutter. Full flat grind, just kind of a joy to use, just a worker. It's nothing fancy, nothing flashy, but really enjoy this knife. It gets the job done as a utility knife. This one's a little bit newer to me. We'll just stick with the Spyderco theme here. This is the Spyderco Resilience. I had one of these a long time ago, and I carried it all the time. Like back when I was first getting into knives, and I first discovered Spyderco, I wanted to try one of their budget models, which these aren't as cheap as you'd think they should be these days. But back in the day, they were a really good deal. I want to say these are like 70, 80 bucks now, which is kind of this is a Japanese-made Spyderco, Seki City. This is one of the Chinese ones. And it's just, I don't know. I like the design. I wish the materials were upgraded. Like, it's pretty hefty. Not as much skeletonization of the liners as I'd like. G10 handles, and then just 8CR. Full flat ground, I think it's 1/8 inch blade stock. Full flat ground, 8CR 13 MOV. I'd love to see one of these. I know they make a lightweight model now. I'd love to see one of these in an upgraded steel. Like they did the Tenacious, which is the smaller version of this, in M4. I'd love to see one of these in that. I just love to see them bring these liner lock models to like US production and make higher end versions of them. Like either keep them liner lock, change the lock, upgrade the steel, make them in the US, because these are such solid designs. Like your blade goes all the way back to the end here. You can really get up behind it without any kind of finger choil, and you still have that huge, what is the blade length on this? Like 4 inches. You have 4 inches of usable cutting length. And again, 8CR, it's fine. It's easy to sharpen, it's easy to maintain, but it does not hold an edge very long. It's stainless enough. But I just really like this design, and it was kind of a throwback for me. I saw one of these being sold basically brand new for like 30 bucks on the secondary, so I grabbed it. I think these used to be like 40 bucks or something like that, but they've really gone up in price. So I can't say these are worth it. Full retail value, but if you can find one used or cheap on the secondary, they're definitely worth checking out. The designs are absolutely solid. The materials just aren't the best. Again, in a similar vein here, but in a much more budget friendly category, this is the Buck 112 Slim Pro. I don't even remember. They make so many different versions of the Buck 110 and the Buck 112. But this is actually a USA made product, and it's very cheap. These are like 20 something bucks. 440 steel, Boss heat treat, so we know it's being heat treated better than a lot of 440. Again, not the best performing steel in the world, but takes a stupid sharp edge and actually holds it for a decent amount of time. This is another one that I carried at work for a while. Pocket clip works well enough, even though it kind of looks stupid. Injection molded handles, absolutely solid lockup. There's no blade play on this in any position. The lower mounted backlock, which I wish they would move to like a mid mounted backlock for these, but thumb studs, easy enough to use one-handed. You can kind of drop it like that. You actually can flick this out even though it's a backlock. But this is going to be part of a series of reviews I'm going to do coming up of like USA made budget knives. And this is one of the best ones that I found. So hollow ground, nice swedge, built well. These are just really cool knives. I enjoy this. It's kind of old school, new school mixed together. And then the last one here, I think I had showed this off once before. This is the North Arm Skaha 2, but it is modified. As you know, pretty much all of these, I think all of them, I don't know if they've done any other variations, are all flippers, but this one has a flipper delete and an added thumb stud, and it's one of the, I think these were made in 2021, or oh, this was made in 2019. And you can see the birth date right on there. So those are the ones back when they're still using S35VN. I'm pretty sure they've transitioned all of their Skaha 2s now to MagnaCut, which is pretty cool. But I like S35VN well enough. This is just an absolutely stellar knife, and I really wish they would do these in thumb studs because it's so good. The only drawback is how stupid and protrudy the flipper is on the base model. It sticks out too far. It impedes on your ergos. I mean, the ergos would still be fine, but you kind of lose that grip area up there with the flipper. This is just a really, really well put together knife. Running on bearings, 3D machined bevels, came excellently sharp. Just really a joy to use. Ergos are solid. I'm not even a big carbon fiber fan, but I kind of like these carbon fiber scales. I might try to swap them out for something else at some point. Wire pocket clip works well. Good access to the lock bar. Just a really, really nice knife that is it's nice and thin. It's ground nice and thin behind the edge. Just a really good cutter. I'd put this up there with a bunch of different custom knives in terms of quality. I really enjoy this. So this will be getting a review, and the K390 probably will as well. So those are the folders. I'll have either a fixed blade and a folder, or a folder and, you know, whatever. And then let's do some traditional. So I actually forgot to pull these out, but let's see. Which ones have I been carrying the most lately? Definitely this, and probably this guy right here. I think are the newest ones. This is a case. This was an exclusive. I forget through. I think it was DLT or something was an exclusive. But I got this on the secondary used. This is a case trapper, a single blade trapper here in carbon steel. So there you can see it's starting to take a light patina. Slip joint, no half stop. I wish it had a half stop at the pull. The open and close is nice. The finishing is pretty decent. There's a little bit of a gap on this side, but it's not too bad. It's flush on the close. It's flush on the open. There is a little bit of blade play, but nothing terrible. But I love the micarta. I love that it's in carbon steel. Sharpens up nicely. Nice to use. It's a good size. You can get a full grip on it to be able to use it, choke up, keep that from closing on you. So that's really nice. Been enjoying that one so far. And then the other one was one I had gotten for Christmas that I've started to carry more. This is the Stockman, but this is in carbon steel. It's got your clip blade. your sheep's foot or Wharncliffe blade, and then you have a awl instead of that tiny little spay blade that I think is pretty useless on these medium stockmen. So this is just in a black synthetic. Really nice fit and finish on this one. No gaps or anything like that. Everything's very flush. The walk and talk on this is really nice. So I've been enjoying this one quite a bit, and I like having that awl in there. It is kind of comes in useful as a little pry tool sometimes. No, you know, I got this, but these are fun. So the traditionals are more like fun knives to me. I kind of carry them just because I enjoy them. They're nice. They're to take out like around people, and they're kind of less scary, but you know, that's just what that is. And then fixed blades. So I've been rotating through a couple for reviews. This one is I have stopped carrying this as recently because I'm finished with the testing on it. And I am ready to do a review. I'm just waiting on getting another knife back from Josh for comparison. This is the Offensive Industries Fenrir L. So this is the largest of the Fenrir series. You got the 3-inch blade and the full-size handle, jute wrap, Nitro V steel, 8-inch blade stock, which I've been talking to him. I'd love to see one of these Fenrir Ls in 3/32 because the rest of the Fenrir line is in 3/32, so a little bit thinner. But really nice ergos on this, works in all of your standard grips. You can use it for defensive uses, is also just a great utility knife, simple, thin drop point. Came with a really nice edge. The jute wrap is comfortable. And then, of course, you have his deep carry ambidextrous pocket sheaths with this Greek Carry Concepts clip. So that one I carried for a while since we last talked, but that's ready for review. I'm just waiting on getting my Varger back from him because there's a lot of similarities between the two. And before I do the full review on this, I want my Varger here just as a point of comparison. The next one, which I've been carrying a lot recently, and I'm almost done with the testing. I just need to get it dull enough that I can sharpen it. This is the BW Knives Tepes, and this is a super cool one. Kind of like almost like a Bowie, like subtle clip point, Nitro V, 1/8 thick. Got some nice jimping on there. Flat ground, came with a really nice edge. It's kind of hard to tell the wear on here, but you can kind of see the wear marks on here. That's kind of what the finish looks like when it's unblemished, and then it kind of gets shiny as you use it, and you start to see wear marks a little bit. But been using this a lot recently. Ergos are really great in your reverse grips, but solid enough that you can still do kind of your saber and your pinch grips, which is what I use for utility most often. Your push cuts aren't quite as comfortable just because it gets thinner up here, but you're not really going to be doing bushcraft stuff with this too much, I would say. More of a EDC/defensive blade. And then, of course, this comes with a Offensive Industries deep carry pocket sheath as well. And then this one has the jute with the Japanese overwrap there with epoxy. So really, really solid, comfortable, grippy. It's a really good design. I like it. This is going to be getting a review very soon. This might be one of the next videos you guys see from me, actually. The next two here, we'll save this one for last because this one's special. This is the Knives by Nuge Wicket XL. So he sent me this over. If you guys remember, I did a review on the regular Wicket, which I can pull out here for comparison real quick. So this is the regular Wicket, just so you can see the size difference here. So quite a big difference in the size, but the same overall design. I'm going to put this Wicket away. Whoops, there we go. I'm gonna put that away. So this is the XL. This is the like semi-production model of this. So the way I understand these is he gets the blanks water jet cut, and then he does the grinding the bevels, doing the finish, putting the edge on. And then for his customs, he does the scales, but these are actually the first CNC cut scales for the Wicket XL in micarta that is textured. So if you've seen some of his textured micarta handles before, those were all ones that he was doing, but now he's getting these made production, so they're bolt-on instead of the brass tubes that he was doing. But the same feel, same performance. This one's in Nitro V. He does some in Magna Cut as well. And he has these in all kinds of different options, different scales, different grinds. He does some of these with a Scandi grind. He does some with jute wrap, some with different scale materials. So you can really find a flavor of these for whatever you like, but really been enjoying carrying this. I don't have a deep carry sheath for this yet, So I just have the standard sheath with the belt loop that I've been carrying kind of horizontal on my belt right here. If I'm not carrying my Glock 17 where I have a spare magazine over there, I'll carry this on my belt. But really been enjoying this. Super comfortable, a lot more to hold on to than the regular Wicket. Still the same full flat grind and everything, same performance, but just a really, really great utility knife. And then the last one here, this is very special. I have not shown this yet on the channel. I had posted this on Instagram. This is really special. So this is made by Auxiliary Manufacturing, and I did not know this was coming, but I had sent Mike some drawings that I had made a while ago of kind of my ideal like first design to make a fixed blade. And this was one of the drawings that I sent him, and out of nowhere he sent me tracking number, and then this showed up in the mail, and he actually made my design come to life. So this is a prototype. We're not exactly sure what we're going to do with these yet, whether we're going to do a run with him or we're going to kind of lease the design to some other makers, or we're kind of going through all that right now. But this is the prototype. Right now it's in 1095 in micarta. Materials might change, but this is kind of the overall design. So you have a neutral-ish handle with a little bit of flare on either side. This handle was kind of taken from the Case full-size copper lock. And then I designed a couple different blade shapes based on some other traditional knives. So this is kind of trapper-esque. I had a Wharncliffe design. I had like a Skinner design. So this is the first one. It's in 3/32, 1095. You got a very subtle swedge on there, and then flat grind down to a nice thin edge. I love this knife. It's really is perfect. It's kind of at the max length that I'd want to carry in the pocket, which is shown here by the sheath here. This did not come with a sheath. It came with just a regular sheath that Mike usually does. But this was one that was for my BW Knives Erebus, and it just happened to kind of fit when I remolded it. So it's a lot in the pocket, but it does fit. I might play with shortening the handle a little bit down the road, just because you do have a little bit of extra handle there, but I think that gives you the opportunity to kind of choke back and use it in different grips. But it cuts super well for utility. You can definitely use it in your reverse grips for defensive use. I'm just a sucker for clip points. It's everything that I wanted. So shout out to Mike for making this happen. You can see Justified Design Lab on there with a slight typo. But this is a prototype right now. None of these exist yet other than this one. So I'm going to use this for a while, and we'll decide to go from there. But if you guys are interested in these, definitely leave a comment, and I'll see what we can do. So those are the knives. And let's see, should we do guns first, or we should do the supplementary EDC first? Let's do guns first. So most of the time, most of the year, I carry my Glock 17, and I had been carrying with the Surefire X300 on there and this traditional arms holster that's light bearing. This is a really solid setup. I really enjoy carrying this, and if I'm going out at night, I definitely still carry with that. And this is my bedside gun as well, so when I get home, I throw this light on there. But if you guys know Harry's holsters from my J-frame review, absolutely love their J-frame holsters. I have the Icon 1.0 and 2.0, best snub nose revolver holsters out there, period. No question, in my opinion. So I reached out to them. My video review of their holster did super well, so I reached out to them and asked if they'd want to send another holster over. They very graciously sent me this over, because I want to experiment on carrying my 17 kind of year-round, as not really switching it up. Because if you guys had known before, I kind of would carry this and sometimes carry my HK VP9 SK, sometimes my Snubby, but I really wanted to focus on just carrying one gun most of the time. And this is the Harry's Holsters Infiltrator model. I love this holster. This is probably the most comfortable holster I've ever carried with. It's got the integrated wing, so you don't have a bunch of extra material out here, and an extra wing, so it's got the wing molded into it. Discrete Carry Concepts clip. They've got this flat section molded underneath, so the clip actually sits flush on the holster. Everything is really, really nicely rounded. Everything is just super comfortable, and it's barely bigger than the profile of the gun. Just absolutely super comfortable. I've absolutely loved carrying my Glock in this holster, and I'm going to do a full review on this. I just want to carry it for a while. There's got some points back here. I think they're coming out with some attachments that you might be able to attach kind of like a sidecar. But man, I love this holster. So carrying that most of the time. Sometimes I'll switch over to the X300 and the traditional arms. And then my backup mag here, just a Glock 17 mag, Shield Arms +5, running Spear Gold Dot 124 grain +P. And this is in a Shapeshifter Concealment mag carrier. These are also just so good. Best mag carriers. I think detached mags are the way to go as opposed to a sidecar, just way more adjustment. You can adjust the cant on this. You can flip it to left or right hand carry. Just awesome mag carrier. So that's been my setup. And then I also recently picked up a Glock 43. I got rid of my HK VP9 SK just because it was still the same kind of thickness of the 17. It really didn't get small enough that I could justify carrying that over my 17, especially with this new holster that's so comfortable to carry in. And I kind of wanted to transition away more from carrying my snubby. I have a Smith & Wesson 638. It's the like shrouded hammer J-frame, 5-shot 38 special. It's really great and convenient, but again, you only get 5 shots. It's in 38, really short barrel, just different manipulations for doing reloads, harder to carry reloads, all that kind of thing. So I got this 43 here, and while I'm still definitely going to focus on just carrying this for the most part, this is a really nice gun to just have just something very low profile, very thin, easy to carry, but a little bit more capable in my opinion and easier to shoot than my snub nose. So you're still, it's in 9mm, still only getting 7 rounds, 6 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. You can get extensions, but kind of defeats the purpose of having it be so short. Just a little bit more capable, and same manual of arms as my other stuff, same grip angles. The only thing that's not stock on this is it has some Ameriglow blacked out serrated rear sight, and then the Ameriglow front sight. And then I'm probably going to get a Harry's Holsters Shorty, which is basically just the Infiltrator, but for really small guns. At some point, this is just one that it actually came with this from the gun store, and I swapped it out for a Discreet Carry Concepts clip. So just an option for something small and easy to carry when I have to have something small. That's all really that is. So that's the guns. That's kind of my carry. I'll kind of pull out like kind of one of everything just to kind of show you what I'm carrying on my person on a daily basis, just so you can get an idea. I know this is going to seem like a lot, but it's what I do, and it's kind of really heavily invested in this world. I'm running a YouTube channel, so I got to carry stuff for review. So my daily carry might look something like this. On a daily basis, this is kind of the stuff that I carry. And then let's go into kind of my what I call my supplementary EDC. Sorry to smack the shit out of the camera there. And get this stuff out of the way. Running out of desk space. Oh, also, gotta have your water bottle. Nalgene gang, gotta keep your water with you. Gotta stay hydrated. So that's with me everywhere. So supplementary EDC. So obviously keys, get that out of the way. Let's pull this stuff in here. So this is stuff that either stays in a jacket or in a bag or something like that, depending on the time of year. But this is my medical gear. Sometimes this actually will just go in my back pocket, just because it's so slim and easy to carry. But this Wilderness Tactical pouch is just a piece of elastic with 2 different pockets. Got some flat compressed gauze in there, a Snakestaff Systems ETQ tourniquet, and then a Sharpie to write times on tourniquets. So just a very minimal, easy to carry medical. You should definitely carry medical if you're going to carry a knife or a gun or anything like that. But you want it to be something that's easy enough to carry that you actually carry it. Having a huge IFAK is cool, but if you're not going to have it with you every day, there's not really a point. So this is what I keep with me. I have bigger IFAKs and first aid kits in my vehicle and in my home and my bags and all that kind of stuff. But this is my personal kind of trauma kit that I keep with me. So that usually goes somewhere nearby. I've started carrying a Hank again just because we're coming into sunglasses season. It's nice to have some microfiber to wipe off your sunglasses and stuff like this. So this is from Mighty Hanks. I've had this for forever, kind of woodland camo on the outside and then microfiber on the inside. that stays in a jacket pocket somewhere. Something will get thrown in my back pocket. This stays, again, similar areas. This is the Streamlight Clipmate. And it's basically just, you can clip this clip onto pretty much anything. And then you have this adjustable head that you can do. It's set to red light right now. So you have a couple different brightnesses and you can switch it from red or white light. This kind of is in place of having like a headlamp or something like that, so I can clip it onto my jacket and then kind of directionalize this light wherever I want to go, have it stick straight out if I'm just walking around. I want a hands-free light. I can clip it and point it down if I'm working on something, like if I have to change a tire at night. You can even clip it onto like the hood of your car or something like that, but this is just a nice thing to have around and just have an extra little flashlight. I do have like a dedicated headlight in my car and stuff like that, but it's nice to have backups. This is if you guys know, I had been quitting vaping, so these are just some pouches from Outlaw. They're like the Nick Safe ones. They got like they're just like tea leaves, and they got like a vitamin B3 in them. It gives you like a little bit of a buzz, but it's not addictive. Doesn't get your heart rate up, that kind of thing, like nicotine does. So I've been using those, and this container here is from ZCaddy, which it's meant for Zins. But it works with any of your pouches or your dips or whatever, but it's just an aluminum container. That's way easier to open if you've ever had Zins or whatever. You have to like turn the lid and line it up to open it. It's way easier to open, seals up nicely, and then also has a spot up here that also seals for your used pouches. So nice little container that just rides in a jacket pocket or something somewhere, just easy to keep with, and it's nicer than like the plastic lids that they come with. And then the last thing here is another little pouch from Citizen E. This is one of the ones that I had ordered. And this just has my AirPods in it, because it's good to have those around. I listen to music and podcasts a whole lot, and at work or driving or whatever. Just good to have those around. And it's good to have a form of hands-free communication. If in an emergency you had to make a call and be on call with first responders or family members or whatever, but you're doing other stuff with your hands. So AirPods, quick, easy, auto connect to your phone if you have an iPhone. And then I also just have a little essential oils diffuser in here. It just helps with allergies and stuff like that. It's, I don't know, my wife and I are on the essential oils train recently. It's just, it's not, they're not magic, but they do help with allergies and stuff like that. So it's just nice to have in there. So that's the last little thing. So that's everything, guys. I know this is kind of a longer video, but I wanted to get this out for you. I know it'd been a while since I had made any kind of content, so I wanted you guys to know that I wasn't dead, that I am still around. I am still in the process of testing stuff for reviews and all that good stuff. I did not forget about you. Makers that have sent me stuff that you're waiting on me to review, thank you for being patient. I am working on all that, and I'm going to have a lot of videos out here very shortly. Thank you guys all for watching. I will have links to all the stuff that I talked about down in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. If they're Amazon links, they are affiliate links. So if you end up buying anything through Amazon, please use my links. It helps me out, helps the channel out. Please go check out Mike Auxiliary Manufacturing. I'll leave links to all of his pages down in the description. Leave me any comments that you have. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.